1989 with an aim that the present engineers and budding engineers should emulate the qualities of the engineer and statesman of Padma Bhushan Dr. K.L. Rao Garu, who made laudable contribution for the utilizing the water resources for irrigation and power in our state of Andhra Pradesh, Indian Andhra Pradesh. I am very happy to inform that the Institution of Engineering is shortly completing the 100 years of its service in the engineering advancement for nation buildings. As a part of centenary celebrations, Telangana State Center of Institution of Engineering is organizing a number of events like national conventions, seminars, workshops, and roundtable conferences, etc. in almost all engineering discipline with an aim to disseminate the latest knowledge to the engineering and technology to the engineering community. And now it is customary to introduce today's chief guest to all of you. See, Ramesh Akkala is a postgraduate engineering and joined elsewhere Andhra Pradesh State Electricity Board as assistant engineer in the year 1989 and served AP SCB and also AP Genco in various capacities like AE and ADE and DE and is elevated to up to the superintendent engineer in the year 2012. See, Ramesh has spent more than 2 decades in operation and maintenance in thermal power stations and acquired his specialization in the field of O&M controls and instrumentation and electrical maintenance and material management also. He had been with the Information Technology Department since 2004 and significantly contributed towards the establishment of IT infrastructure and trainings and development of IT application as divisional engineer, IT and ISO. He, he was also an ISO coordinator and played a vital role in getting ISO certificates for the both QMS and EMS at Kottagudam Thermal Power Station for 5 stage. And during the year 2012, Engineer Ramesh was transferred to the undivided AP Genco corporate office to work for much convented project of ERP and Shakti. His proactive contribution to the implementation of ERP solutions in the corporation was phenomenal while enabled the project to get the many awards such as a Scotch Award of Merit 2016 for the project excellency and SAP Award for customer excellency ACE the 2019 for implementation of SAP analysis using the mobile technologies. The e-office project implemented in TS Genco using the SAP FLM and also has been adjusted as the best project in the energy sector and awarded with the Scotch Silver Award 2019. The ERP project implemented in Genco is acclaimed as widely as implementations done in short time. Further, Engineer Ramesh is also be instrumental in promoting and adopting an innovation approach and models for the implementation of ERP project wheel in TS Transco in the year 2016, which resulted in a reduction of implementation of efforts and resources and timeline, hence overall the project cost also. Engineer Ramesh had been elevated to the position of the Chief General Manager, ISERP in the year June 2017 and served as the head of the IT ERP and telecom wings at TS Genco. He retired from service and attained superannuation age of superannuation in the April 2020. Presently, his services are being utilized in TS Genco as officer and special duty during his special duty and SICO. During his tenure, that Ramesh had been instrumental in initiating and implementing many business process and automation and integration, thus shares heading the TS Genco towards the digital transformation. Really, we are very lucky today. We have the very good speaker, and I once again I extend hearty welcome to all of you for this important event. Thank you, one and all. Now, I am requesting Engineer Srinivasachari, please brief about the and explain the about the doctor, uh, our Padma Bhushan KL Rao garu.
Sir, okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Sir, uh, uh, welcome to all. Today we are celebrating 190th birthday celebrations of Dr. KL Rao garu, Padma Bhushan, honorary life member of FIE. And now today's celebrations, we are celebrating this celebrations. Today's president, Dr. D. Ramesh Rao garu, chairman, Institute of Engineers, Telangana State Center, and honorary secretary T. Anjay garu, Institute of Engineers, Telangana State Center, and today's chief guest, engineer Ramesh Akkala, officer on special duty, Genco, retired chief general manager also, and colleague members, Telangana State Committee members, and participants, relatives and families of KL Rao, and all other participants. I welcome all of you on behalf of IEITSC Center. It is my duty to read out history of Sri KL Rao garu, KL Rao garu. Dr. KL Rao garu, born on 15th July 1902 at Kanikipadu village in Krishna district. He is the youngest son of his parents. He had a brilliant academic career and was the first MSc engineering student of Madras University. He obtained his degree from Birmingham University in England. He served for a few years as senior lecturer at Lord College there. On return to India in 1946, he joined the Public Works Department of Composite Madras State at the invitation of Sir S.V. Ramamurthy, the then Chief Secretary for the designing and Rampad Sagar project. In 1950, he moved to Delhi and joined as Director, Central Water Power Commission, and later he became its member. The pinnacle of Dr. Rao achievement was the design of gigantic Nagarjuna Sagar masonry dam, which is the highest dam of its kind in the world. Dr. Rao personally supervised the execution of the dam, overcoming the several technical difficulties at the time of construction. Hirakund Dam is in Orissa. Vijayawada Power Station, hydroelectric project were among the projects of national importance with which Dr. Rao was closely associated. Dr. Rao was an international authority on reinforced cement concrete technology, and his book on the subject titled Calculated Designing and Testing of Reinforced Concrete is a standard textbook in several universities all over the world. He held many distinguished honorary offices, including Chairman, United Nations Committee on Natural Resources, and was the President of the Institute of Engineers in 2 terms, and also President, Center of Soil Mechanics and Foundation Engineering, and also Vice President, International Water Resources Association. In a recognition of his services to the country, Dr. KL Rao was awarded Padma Bhushan in 1963. After his retirement in 1962, he joined politics and was immediately elected to Parliament of Vijayawada constituency. He was Union Minister till 1977, but did not contest the elections in the year. Dr. Rao was a strong advocate for forming a national water grid, which came to known as a Ganga Kaveri link. Such a grid would solve problems of both drought and flood, besides facilitating inland navigation and hydroelectric generation. Though before his death, Dr. Rao had been airing his experts' views on important projects. He held the view that the Krishna water had been fully utilized or committed to the ongoing projects, and that Diversion of Godavari water to Krishna alone will help to take up projects upstream of the river Krishna. Dr. Rao joined the institution as a member in 1947 and became president for 2 sessions. And this is a brief history of Dr. K.L. Rao Garu, Padma Bhushan. In this, I thank you for giving me opportunity, and over to President, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. E. Srinivasachari, FI and member, Institution of Telangana State Center, and also Chairman, ECM, Telangana State Center. Now I am requesting today's our chief guest, Engineer Ramesh Akkala, FIA, officer on special duty. Now we can start your talk, sir.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Respected Chairman, Institution of Engineers, Telangana State Center, and today's President of the function, Dr. G. Rameswar Rao Garu, FIE, Honorary Secretary, Engineer T. Anjay Garu, Srinivasachari, FIE, member IEITSC, and convener of the today's event, and my colleague also from NPDCL. Distinguished past chairman of Institution of Engineers, senior fellow members, engineers, and TSC committee members, and all the participants who have logged onto the system for this virtual meeting. It's a great honor and a privilege for me to share the experience of TS Genco with regard to the implementation of IT applications, particularly the ERP project named as TS Shakti. Is my audio is clear? I request you all to please mute your microphones so that the audio will become pretty or easy and audible for all of you. So I request you to please keep your microphones under mute. If you want to speak, then unmute and then speak. Really, it's a great day to commemorate the significant contribution that has been done to the mankind by our beloved engineer Dr. K.L. Rao Garu. Just now we have heard from Srinivasachari that his tremendous contribution. As a result, crores of people are now able to get food from the irrigation projects, and then particularly the Sagar, Nagarjuna Sagar, where it's a national monument. And then in 2006 also, many of you are aware that Pulichintala, we have 4 into 120 megawatt. It is named as Dr. K.L. Rao Sagar project. So his contributions are many, and I must thank the Institution of Engineers, State Center, erstwhile AP State Center, who have been conducting the endowment lectures on the legendaries, and they are also choosing a theme of contemporary either technologies or engineering to deliberate to deliberate on the theme chosen by them. So I thank you, sir, particularly Chairman. And I also thank you for giving me this opportunity to share whatever experience I got from this APSCB, S12 APSCB, then combined AP Genco now. And I thank Srinivasachari for making me part of this through my colleague Mr. Nageswar Rao. And then I must also thank the supporting team, particularly Madam Sudha and other supporting staff who have made this arrangement possible today. Because since morning we have been doing a lot of mock exercises, because technology usage, if it goes well, then everybody would take the pride of its usage. But then if something goes bad, then the implication of it, right? So I must also thank because this we have developed this kind of attitude in our project. In our project, even right from a person who serves the tea is as important as a chief engineer. So this is the attitude we have adapted, and made this project almost a reference, a model project entire country. Many utilities have come here, and then they have studied how this was possible. And for all this, we have our honorable chairman, who has been the great source of encouragement and inspiration and source of guidance right from almost 2008 to till date. Because why I'm saying this year is, since then onwards we have started working for this project implementation. Now we have reached to a fairly good stage, and where this project reference is taken for implementation of ERP in other enterprises or utilities. Today, I'm asked to talk the experience of THNCO. So going forward, I would be talking to you all on what is the experience of ERP implementation, what type of what are the modules, processes that have been covered. Later on, in phase 2 ERP, we have done some extended work as well, like implementation of e-office, then coming out with the dashboards. Because when you talk about ERP is nothing but a set of software solutions which will enable the business or the enterprise to work on many business processes are integrated seamlessly, so that the process is enabled, and yet the lot of data is captured into the system. Now after 5 years, 6 years, we are getting huge data. With that data, then we have come out with a dashboard for taking decisions, informed decisions, and doing some analytics from the dashboard. So using this huge data that is captured in ERP. So that's a phase 2. So in phase 2, significantly we have done the ERPs and then the dashboard. These two are integrated to the existing ERP system. So I would talk on what is operational technologies and what is IT, and the need to integrate between these two. Because operational technologies, if you see any power utility, they have got the best of technology in the sense now latest power stations, generating stations. You could see the distributed digital control systems, earlier PLCs, then conventional was there. But then over a period of time, there has been a significant development with regard to the control systems. But then this was operating on an island mode. So we have core business technologies in use, but for business we have implemented ERP. Now we are trying to connect these two so that the management or the organization, wherever he is, depending upon his the role in the organization, he can take the a decision based on the data or the information that is made possible through this dashboard. So that's what the essence. And then at the end, I would be willing to answer any queries that are raised from the participants. So I will quickly, I have few slides only. I will share my desktop, my screen. So I will just go through those slides and try to give you what has been done really with regard to these systems, and where we integrated the IT applications with OT as well. And I will also, if time permits, what is the time given to me, Srinivasachari garu? Is it 30 minutes? Okay, so roughly.
Yes, sir. You can present, sir. 30 minutes, another 15 minutes you can take for.
Yeah, sure. I'll try to. Now it's 5:30, maybe around 6 o'clock.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
So this is the center of the slide. You can see our chairman is inaugurating our e-office solution. There's a pic taken during 2018, and the rest two pics are our typical power plants. One is thermal 800 megawatt recently commissioned. Another is the that Salem dam. Yeah, see, I would just touch upon the TS Genco where it is, what is the installed capacities and all. And then also the project related information, then need for this business analytics, then followed by e-office using SAP file lifecycle management. And we have also done one project based on the experience that we have got here in TS Genco. We have been given one particular assignment to implement for TS Transco because our chairman is the chairman for both the companies. And he said, let the Genco team get involved. That's not only that, we have also shared the copy of our solution as such with configured solution so that, the Delta processes which are different for Transco, they would develop on that and test it and release it. So that's how this project also, wheel project also has been done by Genco. And yeah, I'm happy to take any questions. Yeah, now if you see this scenario, see we are at 16,000 plus megawatt installed capacity, and one of the largest solar generating capacity state with 3,685 megawatt. Peak demand, yes, we touched around 30,000 plus on 28th February. So may I request you to keep your microphone in mute? Those who have not done, please. Then yeah, this is a record consumption. This has surpassed even the combined state consumption as well. We touched 255 million units on 18th March this year. Then if you refer, see any progress is referred to the per capita consumption. If you see in Telangana, our per capita consumption is 1,896 against the national average of 1149. And one more notable point is that 24 hours agriculture farming community is getting reliable adequate power, and it is about catering to 24.48 lakh agricultural connections as well. And these are all we have 5 thermal plants right from Manuguru, BTPS, Bhadradri. Very recently we have commissioned 2 units, 2 more go. And then KTPS 7th stage, yes, we have 1 into 800. There's the biggest capacity unit, 800 megawatt, and we have a 5 and 6 where 1,000 megawatts are there with 3 units. And then KTPP, yes, we have 2 units, each 500 and 600 megawatt. So all put together, we are now at 3,232. This is slightly less because recently by 31/3, we have to decommission the old units in KTPS O&M. As a result, we are less by 720 megawatt, right? But then with the addition of Bhadradri and tomorrow with Yadadri as well, so our capacity by almost 1,000 megawatt are coming from here, KTPS, and around 1,040 from PTPS. Now hydro also we have this is 2,441. It is wrongly typed. 2,441 megawatt with 9 locations, and renewable, yes, solar we have only 1 megawatt, but other areas where we have thermal plants, lot of area is there. We are also constructing the solar, and roughly we meet around 50% of the state demand. And last year we see what nowadays the concept of PLF has gone. It's only people are talking about availability because of the reason that a lot of non-conventional energy sources are now being available. If you talk about the country level, it is around 42,000 megawatt is now made available on the solar. So therefore, the plant load factor for the thermal plants, because thermal plants are no longer they are available as a base stations, but then as there is a load demand, the thermal plants are tuned such a way that they are increasing the load to meet the demand, and then they are reducing to meet the off-peak timings as well. So In spite of that, the THGenco has put up 80%, whereas against a national average of around 65%. These are all statistical figures. Yeah, if you see this, yes, there is a clear vision, stated by the corporation. We want to be the best performing power utility in the country and one of the best utilities in the world. This is our vision. Then how to meet this vision? By using the state-of-art and smart. So this vision has been very categorically stated and unveiled by Honorable Chairman and other directors. Therefore, we have been given a clear-cut path as to how we have to support the core business using these, technology and smart solutions. So in line with THGenco's vision, we have partnered with SAP. See, this partnership with SAP had been done during 2012, but prior to that, we were working a lot with SAP to enter into that contract. But then eventually it happened only during 2012, where we signed the contract the month of March for implementation of ERP in the combined APGenco in a larger scale. That means we have not left any process in the sense except a few supporting processes here and there, but majority 80 to 90 business processes prevailing at that time were covered. And in the phase 2, again, after main implementation, we have also signed the contract for implementation, particularly this e-office, and then governance risk module is there. When you use ERP in a bigger scale, then a lot of issues with regard to the role assignment, with regard to the creation of users, with regard to the authorizations, all this stuff will come. But manually it is difficult. Therefore, we have also implemented this solution where the system will check whether the role assigned to a candidate is it requires this authorization in ERP or not. Then the other module is business analytics through BIBO, business intelligence and business objects, where this dashboard what I'm going to show is also implemented as a part of phase 2 ERP. And recently we have done a biometric attendance integration to the system. Also, we have implemented this biometric all the locations, and all our 10,350 workforce now they use this biometric system as well. Then this is our project office located in near to SR Nagar, and our team around consisting 50 officials from all the streams like accounts, finance, then personal department, HR, admin, then engineering department, procurement, inventory, like plant maintenance. So all these are all functional teams and technical teams. Also, we have a bigger team for development of software, a team we call, and then we have a basis team that is for the system administration, and we have a BI team for this dashboard and all. So around 50 officials of project are located here in this building, and they work from this building. Yeah. So this is what is interesting slide where our subject today we are to talk on OT and IT. So when you refer to a OT, just imagine that there is a plant, generating plant, could be any segment, thermal or ideal or solar, but plant is a plant. But then there are some core technologies are involved to run the plant, right? So if you take the business side, maybe it's a procurement, inventory process, maybe sales and distribution. We have a lot of sale operations also, like sale of scrap, sale of fly ash, sale of mill rejects, all this kind of stuff you see. But then we have a big HR processes, we have a finance and accounting, costing, all this. So for this entire thing, we have big IT application called ERP, supported by the SAP product. And if you see the this middle of the slide, you would notice all these modules, right from FICO, that is finance and costing, material management, and then quality management, warehouse management, production planning, sales and distribution, environment, health and safety, project systems for new projects to deal with new projects. Then plant maintenance, that's also a bigger module. HR, human resources, and the DMS, that's a document management system where the drawings, the any scanned one, like employee who has got his service register scanned, that also goes and resides in the DMS and it gets attached wherever. So this entire set consists the modules called enterprise central component of SAP. And then on right side you would notice the SAP MII module. So SAP has also and we have also taken one module called manufacturers integration and intelligence module. This is the interface module to our plant and to the ERP. See, in the plant, see, we have already prevailing systems like SCADA or DCS or PLC. So all these state-of-art technologies are available, and we run our core plant operations using these control systems. But then this is in an operation, island mode, and which earlier, in the earlier scenario, there was no data exchange or information exchange between the plant DCS system with the ERP. But this we have made possible, and we have been constantly working for several years. But then we could crack only during a couple of years back using this MII. Now we are able to fetch the data from the plant and push it to on the top bar. There is a BIBO, MIS Management Information System dashboards. So it takes the data. It is takes the data and pushes to the dashboard. On top of it, we also have a solution called supply relationship module that is also taken from SAP. And this module is a substitute for our e-procurement solution. And the other feature of it is it also enables what is called e-action. And very recently, we have done 6 to 7 times e-action, and significantly we got the reduction in the procurement cost of steel, cement, where bulk material procurement happening, and where bidders are there. Bidders are ready to participate in e-action, where L1 price will be the base price, and whoever is still offers less than the L1 price, then that agency is declared as a successful bidder. So that is also being in use, and we are using it. On top of it, you see that enterprise portal. This portal basically it takes the data from central component ECC and then pushes to a user. See, who is the user? All the employees. Say, for example, he wants to see his pay stub. He can just log into the portal and he can see what is his pay slip, and he can see what is his IR form 16. See, all this service related. Suppose he wants to apply for a medical credit card. Nowadays, what happened after we have done this automation? Now an employee is able to get his credit card processed in the system using portal, using SAP backend ECC, and the credit card within 1.5 hours. That's maximum time that one would require, because there is a process of approval also in between. Therefore, within 1.5 hours, the credit card, a digital copy is sent to hospital authorities, and immediately the moment they get a mail, and it is all system drive, automated, and they will start giving the treatment to the patient. So many employees, pensioners, family pensioners, and their dependents, they're all taking immense benefit out of this. See, normally when an organization decides to go for ERP implementation, there is a unknown resistance, unknown reluctance that we normally observe in any organization. So we are not uncommon for that. But then there were ways of applying some change management techniques, and we how to overcome those challenges. But then ultimately, apart from getting benefit to the organization and the management, the employees are also must be made part of this endeavor. Reason is, any ERP system, though it is a big IT application, but never it can never be an IT application. It's a business initiative, because it's a transformational change. Hitherto, he has been handling so many files, so many registers, so much of manual processes, and the lack of integration. So this is the scenario, this is the ecosystem with which he has been having. But then suddenly you are asking him to work on a keyboard dash. I mean, see, this change normally he resists. So unless you make employee is also part by giving these kind of benefits. Say, for example, earlier he used to go around one corner to other corner for getting his manual application processed for credit card. I'm only giving one example, but there are innumerable examples of this kind. But then after this portal, and then when we have done this medical billing solution online, then he has got tremendous relief that wherever I am, whether it doesn't matter if I got some a smartphone with data connectivity, I'm able to push my application, and then I'm also able to get my credit card processed and made available to the hospital authorities. In between, there are alerts also being given. So what I'm trying to say is, for employees also, we must look at it. What is that they are not having a hassle-free situation to get his service benefits process, to get his service request process. So like that, not only this, even leave also we have done using the portal. Now entire leave management is happening through this portal. And if you want, like now we are also planning to come out with the service request for loans. So there are, again, see, the more we try to give some solution, the more amount of process which remain to be done is being known. So therefore, we are very day in day out, we are encouraged to take this to a next level, so that the employee satisfaction is ensured while deriving the benefits of ERP to the organization. So this is what is driving us. So portal is giving that flexibility to the employee, and is totally satisfied using the features of a employee self-service portal. Underneath, you would see for any ERP, the data is very vital. Unless there is a garbage, there is a no saying that garbage in, garbage out. Unless the data is captured and cleansing is done properly, it is not a correct and accurate report that you would get out of the system. So we had spent quite a considerable amount of time and effort and money also for making this master data ready for material services, plant and equipment, because entire plant has to be divided as a functional locations, and up to bill of material we have to do that application. Then vendors and customers, and then of course HR data for employees, for pensioners, for family pensions, all this stuff. So that is also very equally important. So this entire work we have done with 18 modules of SAP in 10 months time, and that is the reason this project has been claimed as the widest implementation done in the shortest time. And that's the reason we got many awards even during combined state AP Genco. And then post formation of TH Genco also, we have been continuously endeavoring to continue to maintain this system and then add further systems. So I would now, what all I have talked, this entire thing has happened during the composite 12 and 13. And 13 we have gone live on 1/8/2013, and from there we have been using. But then the second phase of ERP, I would now take you through. But for all this success story, yes, if you ask me what are the 4 fundamental reasons for this success. One is, any ERP to be successful implementation in organization, there must be a management commitment. Unless management opt for it, and unless they guide it, unless they provide approvals from time to time, it's very difficult for any ERP to sustain. Then luckily in our project Shakti, we have this guidance and support from the top level management, particularly then MD Sri Vijayananda AS, and then our present chairman Sri Prabhakar Rao Garu, he was the JMD that time. But so they were driving a lot. Then yes, core team. Yeah, the team has to be, see, in this case, normally any ERP is taken, the people are pushed. In the sense, the management, they select the people and draft for this. But in our case, a methodology adapted in such a way that enthusiasm persons were only selected out of some methodology for their credentials like qualification, training, post training, if they acquire any IT related qualification. That also, so all this stuff made a good core team being made available for this project. And words are inadequate if I tell about their contribution to this project. But then they are the one of the pillars for the success of this project. And of course, when you choose a product for ERP, it is very, very vital that we always go with a product, because this has been the experience with Transco. Transco in 2008, they have gone with one ERP called IFS, but it was not fully meeting the complete functional requirements. Hence, they had to now switch over to a good product, maybe SAP, because SAP is a world-renowned product, and then around 3 lakh customers are available. So luckily, we got a good team of consulting force from SAP. Reason is, not only we have taken licenses and all from SAP, but also the implementation given to the OEM. So we have adapted OEM model. There are many players in the market who could come forward to implement SAP ERP, like you have Infosys, Wipro, all this stuff, Tech Mahindra, all this. But then we said, because our process was very stringent process, very complex process, and one should understand it thoroughly and then map the process on ERP system. So luckily, the able consultants were deployed by OEM, and therefore they are also part of the success. But ultimately, whatever amount of work we do for implementation of ERP, but unless the users if they do not own it, if if they are not encouraged to come forward and use the system, then it is nothing but keeping an ornament in the showcase. So this has not happened. We have been very cautious right from the beginning. Any end user who is called here for 2 hours, eventually he would be spending his time for 4 hours, double the time called for. And as I was mentioning very in the beginning, we used to give a lot of importance to the user departments. The reason is, their knowledge, their input, their process understanding given to the either SAP consulting team or the core team of TS Genco, that made the solution ready. That made made the even testing also. They were the part of big testing, because testing also requires a lot of amount and a lot of time and effort as well. So these end users, they used to have a lot of change management. Why this team is so passionate when they come and see, then when they work, what made them to work for so long? What made them to have so much of commitment level? So that indirectly made them some kind of change management, and they cooperated like anything. Therefore, they are also part of this success. Then we now come to the dashboard part. See, actually, I showed you in the earlier slide. Yes, ERP side, business side, we have a ERP in place, but on plant side we have other systems, and we want the plant, because our bread and butter is only the plant. Unless a plant works with an efficient way, therefore there is no way how we can go forward. Therefore, this dashboard, the need for this dashboard is, we have lot of KPIs for top level management, maybe chief engineers and above cadre. These key performance indicators, they are available not on one single unified, screen. And these dashboards will make an effective decision making at an executive level. See, to take a decision, we need the data and we need the information. So dashboards would do that. And nowadays, because of mobility, all these applications earlier, they used to be get confined to the desktop. You have to rush to a desktop and see what are the KPIs of your dashboard. But then when the lot of this technological improvements have come, a lot of web browsers are supporting the smartphones and all. So mobility became, because if you publish your dashboard on a mobile, that is used, taken for effective decision making, doesn't matter regardless whether you are in an office or the outside. Particularly, our chairman and managing director and the other directors. So they keep on moving from one plant to other, and they keep on attending to the offices. So therefore, if this dashboard is made available on their mobile devices, then they will be able to take a decision and then monitor and then control all that stuff. Now, these dashboards are also like, one example which I normally quote, and here also, we have a power plants where coal stock is as a normative figure, we have to maintain 14 days stock, that is 2 weeks stock in any power plant. So earlier we had a lot of way of various modes of way of getting this information. One way is like they used to give fax, they used to send WhatsApp, they used to send SMS, all this, even hard copy also they used to file. But now, after taking these coal stocks in a pictorial way, we as top level management, they are able to see whether stocks long for how many days. If the position is critical, immediately they would take required action with railways or the Singareni collieries for that matter, and then arrange. So like that, dashboards are making as a part of day-to-day business, so that the business effectiveness, the overall operational efficiency of an organization or the plant or the corporation is going up. Then this attendance also, for example, HR process, if you refer, if there is any eventuality or any accident kind of thing, immediately the labor commission, immediately the factory inspector, immediately the statutory authorities, how many were there at that point of time. And then if any union or association calls for a strike, then immediately the concerned HR department, either at the plant or at the headquarters, they would look for how many have attended, how many have not attended. So earlier, a lot of time used to take when we have not implemented biometric. But then we have implemented biometric, and then how many are at this point of time available at that particular location, and that is pushed to a dashboard. So our chairman daily not only gets SMS alert as to how many have reported bar, how many are on roll percentage wise, but on the dashboard also. Here, I will show you when I explain that dashboard. But this attendance capturing through biometric is also one key data that we have implemented this executive dashboard. Then, of course, all this, there lead to transparency and accountability, and it clearly comes out what are the expenditure organization position is also known through this dashboard. Yeah, this is a typical using BI, BO, SAP Analytics. If you see the left-hand side, yes, we have come out. We have done one dashboard called CMD Office Real-Time Exclusive. Why we have said exclusive is a lot of sensitive data is available to finance projects as well. So therefore, this is made only for the chairman level. And right side, if you see, these are on the general dashboard where the plant information is there for chief engineers and other. But when you do this kind of exercise, invariably we have to spend a lot of time in finding out what are the KPIs, and whether, see, many KPIs are there, information is coming, but all the KPIs, can you get them onto your dashboard? That is, because certain KPIs, they are driven from other organizations, because for example, if you take this left hand side dashboard, there are typically 2 row. Yeah, this is a 2 by but then first 2 tiles, 1 and 2, if you refer, there is a load and demand. This dashboard I will show you live, but in the interest of time, I would just skip this. But then here we are getting data. If you see that the TS demand in the second tile, it is the live data from entire TS grid and made available. So wherever our chairman is available, he can access this and then take accordingly the decision. The first tile talks about our current live generation, and these are all the live figures out of 9 8 it is 2 by 3 and 9 tiles. We have 4 tiles working on a real time mode. So those I will show you when I actually get connected to a dashboard. These are all the architecture of a dashboard. We have connected the state grid demand, that's real time, as I told earlier. Load generation, that is generation side from our plant side, that is also real time. And the reservoir level, that is reservoir level is a real time, because this reservoir level we need to see, we need to plan for hydel generation, particularly this during rainy season. The earlier and hitherto, the reservoir level, we used to get one credential and we used to know. Now what we have done is we have requested them to give us a web service connection, and we have automated. This reservoir level is seen on our dashboard without logging into the any of the website being hosted by irrigation department. Of course, biometric is also real time, and these are all pushing this data to and business warehouse server. And from there to this Lumira Designer is the solution that will enable this dashboard application to be made by devices, the Android or OS, whatever it is, but it supports the both. And then using browsers also, we can access this. So this Lumira is, it's a latest version of IEITSC. This business under business objects module, and that is very successfully implemented in case of yeah. When you talk about analytics, yeah, the SAP has come out saying that this they have published in digital library, and for knowing real-time information, at that time it was 71 million units. Now slightly gone up 78. So this they have published the work, and then there is a link also underneath, so you can anybody can access this link and see the benefits that TS Genco accrued out of implementation of executive dashboard. Yeah. This is one part, and second part is not only this. See, what I'm trying to say is everywhere, one process to other within the department or within the corporation to integrate. Reason is when you want an automated system does not make any boundaries. After one, after one process, it has to move. Say, for example, PR to procurement, PR to payment, or recruitment to retirement. If you name anything, entire thing has got multiple processes involved in it, and there is a lot of seamless integration among these processes available. So this is within the corporation or within the department. But then when you go out, like I told you in the dashboard, we requested TS Transco to give their TS load demand and TS Twin Cities load demand, and we are publishing. And we are also publishing what has been the yesterday's energy consumption and what has been the peak demand, when did it occur, all this stuff. So thanks to TS Transco, and This has happened purely because of our honorable chairman, who is a head for both the corporations, and it has been enabled. Otherwise, it's very difficult in SLDC parameter taken by other organization and publishing is never allowed. But it is for the use of chairman. Therefore, so we are getting such integration is made possible. And we have also integrated the reservoir levels from the irrigation and command area development. And we have also done this weighbridge integration, using FTP and process information server. We get a lot of, if you take a KTPP plant alone, we get a lot of coal trucks, you see. So around 600 to 700 coal trucks in a day. Each coal truck, after implementation of GST from 1/7/2017, each truck contains one invoice, right? So much of invoices processing, and then coal receipts, then payment, all these process we have integrated, and we have requested Singareni, the moment the coal truck is out at their weighbridge or at their coal screening plant, then they generate using same SAP system using SD module one invoice. So we have requested them to share that data. By the time the truck comes, and it takes roughly minimum time is around 20-25 minutes, not less than that. So within that time, we are updating our system with the data. So the operator who has got a barcode scanner, he will only scan the invoice number that is there on the barcode. The moment he scans with a barcode, entire invoice data is populated onto the screen, and he will only just verify and commit. So as a result, what happened, not only speeding up the process, but there is a lot of reduction in the reconciliation effort also, because during night, we know under a lot of fatigue they operate, that weighbridge operators, and instead of 3 he would type it as 883, vice versa. So later on, it is posing a lot of issues in reconciliation. So therefore, when we have done this automation in the weighbridge, particularly for KTPP, then it has reduced the effort level to a very minuscule. We have also automated the invoices data capturing through BHL, because BHL they're the partners in our generating plants construction, particularly thermal at BTPS and YTPS. Daily we get some 200-300 invoices, and with lots of value. And these invoices also are once again generated from their SAP ERP system, their ERP system. So we have worked with BHL to send their data, invoices data into our FTP server. From there, we are taking into the ERP. So the inventory person who is there, he would only type that invoice number, and entire data related to invoice is automatically captured into the system. So this is how we have also integrated the technologies with other utilities as well. Yeah, then now I would take you through this file lifecycle management. Yeah, this is very interesting. Now you could also see in the papers that government of Telangana is also pushing the e-office.
Sir, good evening. Namaste.
Namaste, namaste, sir.
This e-office implementation in government departments. They have appointed IT department as the nodal department. But then in the case of TS Genco, we have taken this solution from SAP, and this is this file lifecycle management. Earlier we were on totally manual mode. This is the login screen. But if you see this slide, the underneath we have modules implemented in 2012 and 13 we have been using. But above this using this solution, there is a close integration between ERP and the e-office solution. So suppose one purchase order available, generated, issued. Earlier, when we opened, when we used to run a file on a manual mode, we used to take a printout and put it in a current file and run the note on a left side. But this entire activity, because this is taken from a system is integrated to the e-office solution. Therefore, it has become pretty easy to connect SAP objects, whether it is purchase requisition or purchase order or invoice that is available, all this stuff to your note. So entire the file is now digitally being created, approved, and then taken action on the file subsequently. Then we are also using this system for doc and tapal, and workflow also very well built in the system. This is the typical scene. See, when you have a ERP is getting a lot of earlier mode. If you see the top left, that was the position, and slightly thanks to our earlier chairman Partha Sarathy garu, who had got this uh, work desk concept. So slightly on top right it improved. But when we have implemented mailing solution, a lot of correspondence is happening through mail. And bottom right, you would see the SAP transaction. So there are ERP supporting and non-ERP. But all these are all now integrated the current solution of ERPs, and we cannot see, we can no longer see those files staggered at one location, and it has become very difficult to locate the file. These are all challenges in the physical movement. I need not repeat because it's very difficult to retrieve a file itself, and the status of file is not known. Archival policy is difficult to implement. Huge effort in searching the document files and all this stuff. And yes, standard solution did not support on all these front. So we have our team along with the SAP team, we have come out with major enhancement. And the program goes for a major change, call it as an enhancement. Otherwise, small development. So continuation note is one feature in government offices. Those who are aware of government procedure, we run a file, and then suppose purchase order, there is an amendment required due to GST. Again, the same file which was run for purchase order issue, for amendment also we continue. Suppose 5 pages have been run, 6th page continue. So this feature was not available, but then we have made it as a big enhancement. We got it done. Yes, there is a digital signature integration also. There was a challenge, see, your user credentials are known to somebody else. Somebody else might also approve, stealing your credentials or knowing your credentials. So then we thought that digital signature is one area where two-factor authentication is made available. Scanned signatures and approved documents. If a document is available, if your signature is scanned, still you can attach it. And all this, it will take time, but these are all the features to meet the functional requirements. We have got it done over and above the standard product supported. And other thing is capture enablement for additional security also we have done here. This is the architecture. Then somebody asked earlier presentation that what are the security, because nowadays it's good that we talk much on IT implementation, but it is equally concerned that what are the security. Everybody for nowadays, due to COVID and all, many employees are almost coming and insisting, pressurizing to work from home. But then we can enable. But what are the security features that have been taken? So if you see right from the endpoint protection, we have an antivirus system working. Perimeter firewalls are there. Web application firewall, capture enablement, and this when you launch your application using any browser, it has to be SSL certified application. So we have got that also. Then we have also integrated digital signature certificate, and we have got done our entire system audited by the Government of India Department STQC. And right hand side you would see the architecture, more technical of that, but I would skip in the interest of time. With all the pre-FLM implementation and post-implementation, what are the benefits that we have got? A real-time tracking of the file has happened. Eventually, it has led to greater transparency and accountability in the organization. And online movement reduce the administrative lead time. And the central repository, now after even closing the file, you would have the repository, and whenever you want, you can retrieve that. File and contents are fully secured, and it is almost like a dashboard. This application is also available using Fieri app on your mobile devices. And it has got a close integration with the ERP system, and eventually printing of hard copies is reduced. It's not avoided fully, but it is reduced. Therefore, we are on the path of going green and make our corporation a paperless. One more interesting story, after hearing this successful implementation, we have been given one assignment to implement a project called WHEEL, uh, Wisdom to Harness Electrical Efficiency. So that's a acronym, but the TS Transco project is a very interesting project where the configured solution, because when you see the processes, 70% of the process would remain same. After all, these two companies have been evolved through erstwhile APSCB. Therefore, whether you refer to procurement, whether you refer to inventory, or whether you refer to some maintenance processes, they HR or finance for that matter, they are same. So only 20 to 30% is the remaining delta. So what was thought was, why not we take the copy of implementation of TS Genco, put it in TS Transco server as a reference server. From there, you build the delta process and then work. So what happened was, in this model of adapting taking solution and taking the services of TS Genco. So the team was consisting three entities. One is TS Transco being the customer, SAP being the vendor, the partner in this, and TS Genco is the partner bridging the gap between SAP and TS Transco. So whole project team consists from these three, and that led to reduction of resources, because the experienced team is guiding both the TS Transco and taking the inputs from SAP, which can understand better than a new person. And there is a normally, when you go for ERP systems, 18 months you would take only to finalize the problem, and rest 18 months you would take for implementation. So roughly it is 36 months, 3 years project. But then in this case, we have taken only 8 months of time to complete this project. We started December 20th, 2015, and then by 1/9/2016, the project went live in case of TS Transco. So therefore, timelines reduction was there. When two are true, the third one has to be true. Reason is when the directly proportional, your expenditure is directly proportional to your timelines in the implementation. Therefore, the overall cost has come down, but it created a win-win situation for all the three entities. SAP could sell their licenses and implementation services. TS Genco being a middleware between SAP and TS Transco, we got some payment made to our configured solution and payment made to our team who supported this project. And TS in a less time, therefore their overall implementation cost has come. So ultimate beneficiary, it is the TS Transco. So this is one model I just wanted to. But for all this story, yes, there is a visionary behind. So the project team is highly grateful to our beloved chairman and managing director of TS Genco and Transco, with whose vision and continuous guidance and support right from way back in 2008, where the project has been initiated till date, made this IT and ERP applications a greatest implementations in both the corporations. And he always says the physical performance, if you see the legacy of APSCB or the history of APSCB, whenever there was a review at CEA, that time, CEA was very active. So when CEA reviews, it had to be always, top 3 in the country. Because we were the first to introduce the SF6 breaker, deep sea technologies for the boiler, variable frequency drive for ID fans, variable frequency drive for the highest capacity drive for BFP at 10th unit KTPS 5th stage. So you talk any technology in the country, even BHL also used to come forward and then take the platform of, because they need a platform. They can't do because they can't construct a plant in their work spot. So therefore, they used to have an encouraged source of participation or collaboration with APSCB, then AP Genco, then TS Genco, and our physical performance had been really, really good. But sir says this performance should reflect in financial performance always, unless your balance sheet speaks about, then whatever may be physical performance, that's not going to be of use. That's what is driving all of us. Then nothing moves without power. Power does not move. This has been his statement for anything to do. yeah, the finance is a key, motivating factor. Then he also encourages to use the best of technology, latest of it, but not at the cost dictated by the OEMs or others. And if you, and because this has come, I want to share one, experience of Genco. 2012, I think the 11 March, with one sentence, the tender was cancelled because SAP and Genco rates were differed by few crores, maybe so 2 to 3 crores, but they were very reluctant. But after 1 year, they have come forward and opened again that we will give the solution. So he always says that you must use the technology, but it should be very cheapest and affordable to the corporation because it's all public money. And then all the system should eventually help provide a reliable and uninterrupted power to all the consumers at an affordable. So to meet this, the third point, whatever he has said, so would take paramount importance to really mean and work by that. So he has, because this core dashboard is done and given for the exclusive use of our chairman. So I have just a minute video of what he talks about this dashboard.
Sir, video ಏನು ರಾಟ್ಲೆ ಸರ್. సార్ రమేష్ గారు
వీడియో ప్లే కావడం లేదు సార్.
వీడియో ప్లే కావట్లేదు సార్.
వీడియో రావట్లేదండి.
రావడం లేదు, మీరు స్టార్ట్ చేయలేదు. మీరు అక్కడ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తే వస్తుంది, మీరు స్టార్ట్ చేయలేదు.
కాదు, నాకు వీడియో, మీకు వీడియో కనపడడం లేదా?
నో కనిపిస్తలేదు.
జస్ట్ ఎందుకు ఇప్పుడు చెక్ చేసాను. యువర్ స్క్రీన్ షేర్ మోడ్ లో ఉంది కదా, వస్తుందా
సార్? మీరు ఇది క్లోజ్ చేసి స్టార్ట్ చేయండి.
ఓకే ఒక్క నిమిషం,
ప్రెజెంటేషన్ క్లోజ్ చేయండి.
యా జస్ట్ ఎ మినిట్. షేర్ చేయాలి ఇప్పుడు చూడండి.
Okay, now coming.
Just a minute, sir. I will start from beginning. Yeah. Now you can listen to what he said about that.
No voice.
Voice వస్తలేదా? వాయిస్ వస్తలేదా?
వాయిస్ రావట్లేదు.
ఒక్క నిమిషం.
ఓకే, పర్వాలేదు సార్, మీరు పంపించండి, మేము అంతా షేర్ చేసుకుంటాం.
యా
వస్తుంది, బట్ నో వాయిస్.
వీడియో వస్తుంది కానీ ఆడియో రావట్లేదు.
ఓకే సార్, చాలా బాగుంది.
ఒక్క నిమిషం. 1 minute. There is some technological issue.
ఓకే సార్, పర్వాలేదు, మాకు ఇస్తే మేము షేర్ చేసుకుంటాం సార్.
So, but the essence was he has appreciated the work of dashboard and one minute. Yeah. Let me continue here. I have taken a lot of time, but this is what the vision of our chairman, which converted a reality today. So
Already
thank you very much. Hello.
It's already 45 minutes, sir.
1 hour అయింది.
I'll stop at this point of time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So thank you for your valuable time. I once again.
I think one question is there in a chat box, sir. Sir, can you answer? Question raised by the participant in chat box.
చారి, నువ్వు రెండు పక్కన ఇంకోటి మైక్ బంద్ చేయి చారి, అందుకే రీసౌండ్ వస్తుంది.
Oh, no.
ఒకటి బంద్ చేసి ఒకటి ఆన్ చేయి.
Yeah, can you please explain integration value and brought into the system? This is the question from.
Sir, that question is available in chat box, sir.
Yeah, Irfan. Yeah. So, SAP MII, Manufacturers Integration and Implementation module. Earlier, we had a lot of teething troubles with that module. But then we could, with the help of, see, module is available, solution is available, but then who could implement it? Unless a person is very competent in, knowing about the solution and then working with the team here, it is very difficult to implement. So earlier we had that trouble with the MII, but now see, the architecture is like this. The MII server is connected in each and every plant. I think I have my friend Nageshwar Rao online. I think he is the person who supported this. Nageshwar Rao, can you elaborate on this? How you have implemented? Because he is the person who was involved in this entire exercise. So I think he would be better explaining about this feature. Nageshwar Rao, over to Nageshwar.
Namaste, sir. Andarki namaskaram, sir. Okay. ఇప్పుడు యాక్చువల్లీ ఏంటంటే ప్లాంట్ డేటా అనేది చాలా సెక్యూర్డ్ గా, అంటే మనం ఏంటంటే ప్లాంట్ డివైజెస్ రియల్ టైమ్ డివైజెస్ అవి. సో మనము అంటే ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ పాస్ చేసేటప్పుడు సెక్యూరిటీ చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. అక్కడ డివైజెస్ కి ఏమీ ఎఫెక్ట్ అవ్వకుండా అక్కడ డేటా తెచ్చుకొని మనం రియల్ టైమ్ లో చూపించగలగాలి. దీనికి లాట్ ఆఫ్ ఛాలెంజెస్ మేము ఫేస్ చేసాం సార్. సో యాక్చువల్గా ఏంటంటే మ్యాక్స్ డిఎన్ఏ రకరకాల, అంటే ప్లాంట్ లో చాలా ఆటోమేటెడ్ డివైజెస్ నడుస్తాయి, కానీ సేమ్ టైం మనం అన్నిటినీ ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేయలేము. ఎందుకు చేయలేము అంటే అది అంటే సెక్యూరిటీ వైజ్ గా మనకి పవర్ జనరేషన్ చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఇక్కడ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ చూపించడం కంటే కూడా. సో సేమ్ టైం సో దాన్ని మనం చేయడం కోసము వేరే పద్ధతులు, రకరకాల పద్ధతులు, అంటే కొన్ని ఆర్టీయూస్ అవి పెట్టేసి తర్వాత రికార్డర్స్ అలా అదర్ డివైజెస్ పెట్టి దాని నుంచి డేటా తీసుకొని రావడం జరిగింది సార్. దీని ద్వారా SAP MIIని ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేస్తూ డేటా తీసుకొచ్చాం సార్. సో అంటే వితౌట్ ఎఫెక్టింగ్ సెక్యూరిటీ ఆర్ మన ప్లాంట్ మెయిన్ పవర్ మన మెయిన్ బిజినెస్ ఎఫెక్ట్ అవ్వకుండా ఆ డేటాని డిస్ప్లే చేయడం జరుగుతుంది సార్ రియల్ టైమ్ లో.
And to add, Mr. Nageshwar Rao, I have also another point. See, why people are very reluctant to share the data from a core systems. The reason is, this is all digital mode. If 0 becomes a 1 or 1 becomes a 0, then it leads to a tripping of a unit. One unit 800 megawatt, 10% of your entire load. So sustainability of your grid is also matter. This is the reason a lot of apprehension used to be there in the minds of C&I engineers. But then now, see, we have a firewall which will only allow to share the data, but it never receives the data. It is a single side. It sends the pumps the data. So now those systems have come, and second thing is we have never connected to their core. What is happened is, now, as he said, some RTUs, as he said, there are converters. So we are taking an analog signal of that particular parameter and converting into a digital, and then is read by our local MIS. So much of sealing is ensured, and at no point of time we had an experience of taking this data into this plant side. So that's how the MII server is in between, giving us that feature. And from the local MII server, the entire data is connected to central MII server, and from there it is pushing to a dashboard. And if there is a time, I will also show the live dashboard of the system. But otherwise, I thank you all.
Okay.
1 minute. Anyone have questions or doubts, queries can rise? Anybody? Okay, ask. Ramana Naik.
Sir, good evening, sir. Highly appreciable presentation. Sir, today you mentioned all the projects, sir, particularly KTPS and KT, all megawatts, sir. Even though we are less than 720 megawatts. First of all, congrats to you and our chairman, Prabhakar, sir. And today in the AP cabinet, sir, they are going for solar on all reservoirs, sir. So is there any plan from government of TS, particularly our REDCO or government of Telangana, sir?
Sir, actually, I happened to attend even some conference where the government of India is very categorical. Now we have something like 3.2 gigawatt in the entire country, out of which thermal is 70, and non-conventional energy sources, be it a wind, be it a solar, is around 30. But due to the agreements, we reached with that they always refer to France agreement. But by 2022, by 2022, there is a stated, solar capacity that is to be added onto the grid, but that has been achieved 2 years in advance as well. And thanks to our Honorable Prime Minister with whose vision. But then by 2030, the ratio has to be reversed. In the sense, the thermal has to come down from 70 to 30, and the non-conventional energy shall take around 70% of the total. So efforts are made. There are rooftop solar systems that are widely being taken up, and Singareni is also planning now. So yeah, there are schemes that are going to come in a big way, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Really very interesting and very technically and innovative that already we're implementing in our TS Genco and Transco, that real-time monitoring. Really, it is a very good talk, sir. Once again, on behalf of the Institution of Engineers, very thankful to you, sir. And very interesting, sir. It's really, we want to take up sharing manam oka roju we will one day, sir, we want to conduct one seminar, sir. This is required 1 day seminar, sir. Really interesting and latest to how the ERP is using applications and our dashboard. It is real-time monitoring in everywhere. But at least we are appreciating, sir. Just now Ramana Naik also told us, sir. Really, electricity, TS Genco and Transco, they are real-time monitoring. They are doing even transmission also. Just I want to know, is there any losses, sir? What is the losses in transmission and what is the losses in the distribution, sir?
Sir, now coming to the losses, we have a reference of 26/2014 and now. So our T&D losses have considerably come down. Our transformer distribution transformer DT as we call have considerably the failures. The reason is we have set up. See, they're all figures that are available statistically with me. But I'm telling you on all these performance front. Lot of augmentation of lines and substations. Now our total capacity of lines and substations, if you take, that is much more than the combined state as well. And there is a ring that is formed around our two cities, and as a result, the power can be taken from any substation to any load point. So a lot of redundancy has come, and we are fairly good to meet the demand that is projected from our this irrigation.
PN Rao gariki and Ratna garu, PN Rao gariki.
ఇచ్చాను సార్ ఇచ్చాను.
వినపట్లేదు PN Rao garu.
PN Rao sir, మాట్లాడండి.
No, unmute చేసుకోండి.
చేసుకున్నాడు ఆల్రెడీ.
Sir, my voice is not.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You see, as a sequel to Raman Naik's question, is there any decentralization of solar energy up to the household level? See, generally in the entire country, unlike the West, we are not decentralizing the solar energy. You see, in Germany, in the other countries, they are already decentralized so that it can be expanded. The capacity can be expanded on a large scale.
Sir, actually, what you referred is the point of concern now. Everybody, okay. But now recently, our REDCO is very actively working on this, and they have come out with a concept called prosumer. See, consumer, we know who consumes the electricity. Now, a prosumer is the one who would also generate and the uses for himself, and then yet pumps to the grid. Right. So all rooftop solar systems are very much encouraged, and many permissions have been given, and it is slowly picking up, sir, in our state also.
And subsidy also given.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
subsidy also. Chairman sir, right, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's
Sir,
there
already
from
REDCO
a long
got some.
time, it's there from a long time, almost from 20 years. But why is it not picking up? That's the fundamental point.
This policy matter.
Consumer scheme is there from the last 20 years.
Sir, can you repeat, sir? It was not.
This scheme is there from the last 20 years.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Why is it not picking up? Is it the administrative limitation at the higher level?
If you implement, they will get the less revenue and distribution. That is a trade secret. You don't ask them
Less
to
revenue.
implement
Correct.
100%.
Chairman sir.
Okay, leave it, sir.
Maybe our Chari sir must be in a position to.
Your comment
Trade secret. That is trade
side,
secret.
and he is from a distribution side. Yes, your point is very relevant. But then, yes, there are certain policies of the government, and certain good schemes have taken decades to get actually realized. Maybe this is one among them. But then, in the present trend, the trend is towards non-conventional, sir.
Yes.
Whether one like or not, it is going to be. And therefore, it won't take much time, but in sooner, maybe 5-6 years, this entire thing will come into place. That's what my strong hope and belief.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Now I am requesting our Honored Secretary T. Anjaya, please propose the vote of thanks.
Hello.
We
are able to hear, sir. Good evening, sir. Respected Chief Guest, Engineer Ramesh Akala, OSD, and Chief General Manager T.S. Genco. Really, you have explained very systematic way, sir, and many people may not understand the electricity implication. So, because your subject is very interesting and it is very much essential, one must to know, sir. On behalf of the Telangana State Center Institute of Engineers and my own behalf, I extend my thanks to you, sir. In spite of your busy schedule, you have come here. And I appreciate our colleague, Mr. Srinivas Chari, who has selected a very, very efficient speaker. Thank you, Chari, sir. And also, I thank our chairman, Rameshwara Garu, for arranging this event very nicely. And I, chairman, honorary secretary, Joint Honorary Secretary, Mr. Ramana Naik, and other committee members, retired engineers, everybody for attending the function and made it successful. Thank you, sir.
Special
thanks to Atal Ramesh Garu
immediately accepting our request and delivering this lecture, sir. Thank you, sir. Please be in touch with our institute, sir. You are a FIE member. Please in touch with our
Sir, I'm not on the
Sir.
1 minute, sir. Not only an FIE, sir, okay, but then I'm also alumni of this institute. I owe a
Yes,
lot
yes,
to
we
this.
are
That's
very-
what I replied in my mail to,
Yes, sir, yes.
Please propose some more seminars, sir. Or
No.
Rameshwara sir also telling same.
We
Please
will propose one
some
seminar,
more
sir.
seminars.
Okay,
Now,
thank you.
Janaganamana will by close, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Yeah.
Thank you.
भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय जय
Jai Hind.
Thank you.
Once again, congrats, sir. Ramesh sir, congratulations. Very happy.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Chairman, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you once again, sir. Ramesh sir.
Yeah, Professor
Chairman
Ramesh
sir,
sir.
congratulations, and Secretary sir, congratulations.
Thank you for convening.
Yeah. Chari sir, once again, congrats to you.
Ramesh sir, అందరికీ
Yes, sir. Anjay sir, special. Ramesh sir,
Anjay గారికి, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks to
Ramesh
all
sir.
organizers.
Dr. Rao.
Thanks to all organizers.
For all organizers.